All right, let's go.
This is Steve from Boxing UK, and it's a pleasure to be joined by world-renowned trainer Mark Tibbs. How are you, Mark?
Hello, Steve. Lovely, Steve. Thank you. How are you doing? You good?
Very well, Mark. The weather looks a lot nicer where you are than where we are here in Hartlepool. But you're not out in Ventura anymore.
I'm back in Essex in England. So, yeah.
So what's training been like over there, Mark? And what's the next step? Because I'm assuming you're not stopping in the UK for too long.
No, we're not here for too long, to tell you the truth. We've done what we've had to do. Billy Joe Saunders is where he needs to be right now, and we're all happy with the process so far. Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant. Mark, can I ask you about injuries and whatnot? Because I know Billy put a few stories out whilst he was over there. Has there been any injuries?
I can't really comment on them, to tell the truth, Steve. You know, I'm not sure if I should comment on them, yes or no. You know what I mean?
I think the scrotum one was the one that everybody clung to.
Yeah, well, that's new to me. That's news to me, and new to me just now as you said it.
Yeah. Right. So you've been out training, Mark. How do you train for Canelo specifically?
Well, listen, you train for every fight, depending what's in front of them, as in like stylistically. But first thing first is, you build your foundations. You build your foundations, then you build your fitness, and you build your sparring fitness, and then you start sharpening it up and tweaking as you go. You know, that's how it works. I mean, it's a little bit of a process in training and getting fighters ready, but you work in stages. You know, it depends who they are and all. You know, every fight is different. But it's like building a house. Build your foundations first, and then obviously, go from there.
Is there any added pressure on you, Mark? Because essentially you're taking a fighter over to tackle what is most people's pound-for-pound boxer in the world.
Listen, there's always pressure involved in these big fights. The pressure is because you want your guy to perform, and but when you've not cut corners and you go into battle with every bit of confidence, because of the simple fact you ain't you've not cut corners and you've ticked all the boxes, you go into battle with every bit of confidence. But pressure's pressure at the end of the day. Everyone feels it, but it's one of them things, you get on with it, and that's what makes you stronger. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. How much have you studied Canelo, Mark? Because I would assume you didn't get an awful lot from the last fight.
Well, listen, I've always looked at Canelo, and like I do all fighters, so of all weights, and that you just do as a boxing coach, and because boxing's my life. But I often look at Canelo and his fights, and like I do all fighters. Yeah, I often do that.
Did you take much from the Yildirim fight, Mark? Or do you get more from someone like the Callum Smith fight?
No, well, both of them fights, to be honest with you, I was a little let down with the Callum Smith fight, because I felt that Callum never boxed like he normally or should have done. Simple fact is, he gave his height away, and he never used them long, strong levers like he always has done. So I was a little bit let down by that. The Yildirim fight, I never fancied that in the first place. I looked at that on paper. I don't think I ever watched it live. I think I caught up with it later on, but it was what I expected it to be. You know what I mean? That was poor. But listen, Canelo done his job. Yeah.
And Billy Joe's been out. He had his points victory over Martin Murray. Is that anything to worry about, Mark, that he's been relatively inactive?
No, listen. Billy Joe Saunders he's got something which he was born with, and he worked on since he was 6, 7, 8 year old. And boxing's in his blood. He's a craftsman. He's a very, very acute, astute boxer, and so he's got that going for him. I mean, I always, it's not it's always good to be an active fighter. You know, it's always good to be an active fighter. But we are where we are. We've got what we've got, and we'll work with what we've got, and I'm very confident in Billy Joe Saunders in pulling up a masterclass performance, and he rises to the occasion. He always does. He always has done.
Brilliant. Just on that, Mark, the common consensus is Canelo's never fought a fighter like Billy Joe. He brings a certain skill set that he might never have faced before. Is that how you think the fight will go to plan? That it'll Billy Joe's skills will be the thing that will cause Canelo problems?
Well, you know, Canelo's never fought with Billy Joe Saunders, and so I can understand why the public and boxing fans are saying that. And so that's what makes it exciting. How's Canelo going to deal with Billy Joe's slippery, silky skills? And it's up to Billy Joe to be disciplined in himself, to keep doing what he does best. But I'm confident he's going to be disciplined in doing that. And, you know, that's how we win fights, by being disciplined, being clever, and, yeah.
If it goes to plan, Mark. Sorry, Mark. If it goes to plan and it is Billy Joe's silky skills, the question that you'll probably get asked a million times, are you worried about the judging at all?
No, listen, look, at the end of the day, you can't worry about stuff that's out of your control, yeah? You cannot worry about stuff what you ain't got control over. I mean, in this particular fight, it's up to us, Billy Joe Saunders, to pull that performance off and win the people of the boxing world, the fans, the people sitting watching the fight. It's about winning getting their votes. And so you know, the judges, and we're in enemy territory. It's going to be difficult. We know that. We know what we're up against. But we ain't going to worry about that. We're going to go and do what we do best, and that's box his head off. That's what we intend to do.
Good man, Mark. If he does do it, where would it rank in regards to British performances overseas? Would it overtake Hunnigan Kerry?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that was a wonderful fight. That fight, the Curry fight with Hunnigan. But Billy Joe Saunders is going to be a modern day God of the earth, God of the earth. Not God himself, but he will be God of boxing. He understands that. But you know, Billy Joe Saunders is a rough and ready kind of guy. Will never change. He's the slickest boxer, one of the slickest boxers in the world, and he has to stick to, you know, being slick. And I've got every bit of confidence he will. Yeah, slick and quick. That's what he's got to be.
He'll certainly make history, Mark, if he does this, wouldn't he?
Of course he will. Of course he will. 100% he will.
Mark, can I ask you just a couple of questions about the rest of the camp? I don't know if you saw, we spoke to Johnny Fisher yesterday.
Okay. I've not seen that.
He was telling us about sparring with Daniel Dubois, who's recently joined yourselves. Just a couple of words on those two. Can you get Daniel back where he should be?
Johnny Fisher, I've worked with him a little bit. On quite a lot, as Atman's done a lot of stuff with him. Obviously, he's had his first bout. He's out of the way. He's got he's a work in process. I like what Johnny's got about him. Good athlete, punches hard, very. He's got a good eye. And he listens and he learns. But he's pretty green as well. So I'm excited about working with them people, because they want to work back, and you do get results with them when they work with you. Daniel Dubois, very excited to start with him. Well, my dad's been looking after him, but I'm going to touch base with him tomorrow before I head off with Billy again. So I'm excited about Daniel Dubois. I feel that he's got all the attributes to go onto, you know, the world stage. I really do. And I just feel that his last fight with Joe Joyce maybe a bit too early for him. It would have, you know, was a bit too early for him. But listen, hats off to both of them for taking it. Yeah, but we're here now, and I'm looking forward to getting started with him. But at the minute, Billy Joe Saunders is number one, and we've got to finish the job off with him. Yeah.
Brilliant. I have to ask you about a friend of the channel, Mark, someone you probably don't get asked too much about. Is Charlie Duffield coming back soon?
So Charlie's he's always in the gym. He's hanging around the gym and keeping fit and not keep beast. He's helped me out a lot in sparring lately. Is that happens, Charlie? I've tried on one or two occasions to get him some fights, but on the big stage sort of thing, on these bubble fights, you know. But he's got to have a 6-rounder before he can go back into a 10-rounder, if you know what I'm saying. That's just the rules and the regulations of the boxing board control. And the thing is, them small hall show fights ain't happening. But we've been doing our best to try and get him on one of them bubble shows. But you know, it's up to Charlie to be confident in taking one of them fights. And I've got every bit of confidence in Charlie himself. Because he's a big puncher. He's just got to let his hands go. I mean, you could blindfold him, and if you was to switch on in his head and let his hands go, he's going to come out triumphant. But you know, he took a little bit of a bad defeat his last time out. Yeah. So we need a little kick over first before he goes in for his for some sort of title, probably a Southern Area, something like that again. But he's not getting any younger. I keep telling him he's not getting any younger. So you know, but he's got a lovely family. He's got a lovely wife, and Charlie Duffield is really a one-off character that they don't make him like him no more as an individual, as a person. He's proper. He really is. Yeah.
Good man. Last one, Mark.
We'll see what, you know, with this small show start up, hopefully in the summer, and then get him out, and then we'll have one more go with him. As I said, he's not getting any younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, aren't we all, mate?
That's right. We're all on the same club.
Yeah. Last one, Mark. I promise. Just a little bit of what happens between now and fight night. When do you fly out?
Well, we've got still a bit more work where we are right now with BJS, Billy Joe Saunders. We're very happy with. We've got bits and pieces to do with him in the US, and a couple of bits of sparring, bits and pieces, sharpening up, and just tweaking down a little bit, petering down a little bit, you know. But we've still got 5 weeks to go yet, so we've still got a little bit of work to do. But we're happy where we are.
Lovely. Mark, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. I really appreciate your time. Best of luck over the next few weeks. And obviously, I'm sure the whole of the UK has got the fingers crossed come fight night, Mark.
Yeah, let's get behind Billy Joe Saunders. Got to get behind our man. We can pull this off. We will pull this off. And we've just got to keep our discipline. Yeah, I'm confident in that.
Absolutely. Mark Tibbs, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers, Steve. Good man, mate.